Hey everyone, and welcome to part 2 of my 2-part reaction series to the video, "We Would Lose Our Metaphorical Substrate Without God." This is a clip from a conversation between Jordan Peterson and Matt Dillahunty. I gave you guys the long introduction last time, so let's just get right into it.
Atmosphere, broadly speaking, and I'm not oversimplifying this except that we don't have much time, is linguistic. But the linguistic utterances are understood in the context provided more by the right hemisphere, which is nonverbal and which attends to things like the music of language. And so at the bottom of...
So look at this. He's rooting his argument about the structure of reality and human knowledge also in biology through his understanding of the brain, which, you know, how much credit you give that is up to you, but I think it adds a little bit of credence to show that he's not just pulling this out of nowhere. It is built into our brains to understand things non-verbally.
A linguistic structure, there's something that's extra linguistic, and it tends to take form in metaphor and narrative and drama and that sort of thing. And the religious landscape is the narrative, metaphor, drama landscape. And if you disrupt it, then you blow apart the widest possible context within which the specific utterances are rendered comprehensible.
So this is a generalized conservative point. What he's really saying is basically religion, whether you know it or not, makes up the religion, narrative, metaphor, drama, which is he's treating as very similar in this context, is basically at the bottom of literally everything. It is our foundation. And when you knock it out, you knock out everything. This is something we do a lot in today's culture, especially from people on the left. Not just with religion, but just with anything. They take something that's old, that modern society was built off of, and they think, oh, we don't need that anymore. But people should remember that, as a general rule, the old stuff is the foundation that your tower is sitting on. It's not an old tower of its own. It's what you've built on. And if you're going to take it out, there's a high probability you're going to look down like Wile E. Coyote, see there's nothing below you, and then fall. Most of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes it's really like a Jenga tower, actually. Some bricks are important and some aren't, but the more you pull away from the bottom of the tower, the more chaotic you're going to get. Jenga metaphor is sticking around, by the way. I'm keeping that forever now.
Okay, so I followed all that, shockingly. Anytime you were talking about science and hemispheres and all this other stuff. So when you're talking about the broader context, if we lose belief in a God, we lose that metaphorical substrate that is the broader context in which we evaluate these narratives.
Yeah, that really grinds them into our bodies, that makes them things we believe rather than just think.
Sure, but
so you didn't
what
just
is it
think,
about the narratives?
You didn't just think that it was wrong to throw Sam off the stage.
God, Sam's gonna be pissed when he hears it.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Well, so
See, there's a difference between thinking something and believing it, because to believe it, it has to be thought incarnated in some sense. It has to be embodied.
When I talk about it, belief is this state of being convinced that a proposition is true or likely true.
You ever had that moment?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey interrupting us. But yeah, let's end on a bit of levity there, a bit of agreement. Pretty good conversation. I really liked it. Again, it's nice to see Dillahunty back when he was a bit more normal. But people, the reason I wanted to react to this specifically is that people really think that Jordan Peterson is like full of it because he uses terms like metaphorical substrate of our ethos, which, you know, understandably is a more pretty complicated way of saying something. But he does not do word salads. I just broke down what he means, and he broke down what he means, and he very much means things when he uses words. And I thought that this was a good prime example of what people think is a word salad, when in reality, he's being very precise. And I think he makes a good point. I think that Dillahunty didn't go after what I would have asked, which is just, why are you so convinced that a literal God belief is necessary to keep the general metaphorical context intact? I think there's some good answers to that question, but Dillahunty didn't ask it, at least not in this clip, and I think he should have. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that reaction video. If you did, drop a like and please consider subscribing to see more. If you didn't, Tell me why. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to have these conversations. If you want to see the rest of my content or explore the broader Pangburn universe that I'm a part of, click one of the buttons that should be floating around my head right about now. And as always, I hope to see you all out there engaging in the war of ideas.